boys and girls, and everybody in between. Happy Tuesday. I am Rich Scott, Democracy Theater, and it is, later than I wanted it to be on this Tuesday. It's raining, it's thundering, and since I live in Northern California, the light might just all go out because of that. Yay, first world country. Anyway, first off, I want to give a shout out to all the single parents or parents in general that are also getting a degree as they're raising a toddler. I'm, in a situation and a single parent, and I wanted to get on yesterday, but just having the time to do that, I can't not even imagine studying for your doctorate or just a college degree. It is, it's fun, love it. Anyway, I wanted to really quickly talk about two things in the news that is happening. There is a really strong effort to push the debt forgiveness on student loans. So let me right off the bat state that in principle, I am for it because I believe that education should be free at the point of service. Higher education, all education should be free at the point of service. So I'm for it in principle. What we're talking about, as far as I understand, we're talking about a number of $1.6 trillion that is owed, I guess, to the federal government and other debt holders, and that is the amount that would be forgiven. Now, 1.6 trillion, even in a world where we have massive, or we're starting to see massive inflation, that's still some money. And now that Biden is elected and we are looking at the possibility, the strong possibility that he will not win a majority in the Senate, what we have to, what comes next is that in order to look like he's doing something, he will be governing the same way that Donald Trump in large part did before him and that Obama did before Donald Trump via executive orders. It is one of the things, Donald Trump already did it, right? He forgave student debt for veterans, permanently disabled veterans, I believe. Obviously not all veterans, but I believe it is permanently disabled veterans that Donald Trump forgave the federal debt, student debt. So obviously it can be done with a stroke of a pen. And Biden wants to look like he's doing something. As I said long ago, if Joe Biden's ambitions for his presidency is at a minimum not FDR, said several times, right? Then we must, then he will fail. It will be over in 2 years. He won't get he won't get a second term, and whatever wins that was in the House will be gone. Well, the majority in the House will be gone, and the Senate will never, ever come back. It's just not going to happen. You cannot just continue to cater to a certain segment that already has everything and then expect to win. Now, if you can't legislate, if you don't have the House, the Senate, while you have the presidency, and you have an entrenched opposition party, Mitch McConnell, who does not see himself as part of a functioning government, but as a roadblock for a functioning government, I understand the desperation that Joe Biden and the people around him are feeling, and I understand why they want to do it. But $1.6 trillion is a lot of money, and I want to know the consequences of that. Are we getting the biggest bang for the buck? There is no doubt, and I keep writing a moral hazard, and I looked up the definition, but really, and I believe that the moral hazard is what they talked about too during the mortgage crisis in 06 and 07, and was the reason given for why the homeowners weren't helped directly. We didn't help the homeowners directly because of all the other people who did not have mortgages. So how could we help them out, the homeowners, but not all the other people? So that's why that was the argument made for why why the banks were helped, right? The trickle down idiotic thing, right? Give the money to the bank that really fucked it all up, and not to the homeowners that just need a fucking place to sleep. There's also some tax liabilities that comes up, right? So if you suddenly are forgiven some debt, well, then that becomes income, and then you are taxed on that. So there's a bunch of issues surrounding the student debt thing that are not clear to me. And since it's something that can be done with a stroke of a pen, the discussion needs to be had now. Again, in principle, I'm for it, but $1.6 trillion is a lot of money, and I want to make sure that we get the best bang for the buck. UBI, on the other hand, will have no moral hazard because it will be given to everybody. And it will also help out the people with student debt. What I don't know is all the people with student debt, the vast majority, are they also people that already have health care coverage? Because if they already have health care coverage and then we're forgiving them the debt, what about all the people that do not have health care coverage and we're not forgiving them any of their debt? I mean, there's so many questions about the student debt and how it will work. And do we actually... Yes, the people where the debt that receive the debt relief, yes, they benefit for it. But if we as a society are about to hand over $1.6 trillion to a group of people that already are doing better than the vast majority of people in America, is that the best idea for our society? I don't know. I want to know more about it. And again, since it doesn't have to go through any legislative process and he can do it on day one with an executive order, Joe Biden, this is a debate that needs to be had right now. And it definitely needs to be slowed down. There's so many questions that need to be answered, in my opinion. Anyway, I really want to make these shorter, and I did want to discuss something about the military and war and Trump, but I think I'm just going to make another video. So, anyway, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and be safe.